Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Brockopp side. Today we got ourselves a Blu-Ray review of Solo, a Star Wars story. So as you can probably see here, I've got the 4K Ultra HD edition, but I also have the Target exclusive 4K Ultra HD edition, and I got this one for a couple of reasons. The big one being that I really liked the box art. It looks way cooler than the normal Blu-ray at 4K, and also just because all the other Star Wars movies that I actually have the Blu-rays of are some kind of special edition, whether it be a steelbook or a digibook thing, except for Rogue One, but I just really like this box art. So anyway, this is a nice, beefy digibook edition, so if we just take off Mr. Slipcover here, then on the back you got some cool Han Solo artwork. And then you open it up here, you got the whole gang there. Then you open it up, you got a couple of individual character posters, and then you got all the characters behind all the discs. But one of the really cool things about it, and this is pretty much what all Target exclusives come with, is this cool little 40-page book about the art and the making of Solo, which is pretty cool. It just got some concept art and behind-the-scenes imagery. Oh, hey there, there's a foreword from Ron Howard, who is totally the one and only director attached to Solo. He was there from day one. Don't let anybody tell you differently. But anyway, here's the digital download copy code. Whoever gets it first can have it. Enjoy yourself, or maybe do, maybe don't, I don't know. Some people like this movie, some people hate it with a fury vengeance. So, before we get any further, let me tell you my quick thoughts on the movie itself, because for the quadrillionth time, I did not do a review of this movie when it initially came out. I actually avoided this movie for the first 2 weeks of release. When it was first announced and that Phil Lord and Chris Miller were attached, I was like, okay, this could work, this could be kind of cool. But then all this news and stuff about a lot of trouble behind the scenes, and then Phil Lord and Chris Miller getting kicked off, and Ron Howard coming in, and then just all this stuff started to boil up, and it was like, is a Han Solo movie really necessary? So I just avoided it for a couple of weeks, but then I decided to go to my really cheap $5 theater and check it out in an old cinema, which was kind of cool, and I actually kind of liked it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fine. It was fine. Not great, not awful, but, it was entertaining. That's the best I could say about it. There are some things about this movie I really did enjoy, like seeing Han and Chewie meet for the very first time. I thought Donald Glover was a really good young Lando. Alden Ehrenreich, I think he really did all he could do playing a younger Han Solo, and, I think, he looks the part, and I could believe him as the character, so, that much was fine. But my favorite part about the movie were these scenes in the trenches and on the battlefield. It was this really cool, stormy, gritty, war-type stuff, which I really like. I want to see more stuff like that in these Star Wars movies. Make them actually look and feel like war movies. But all that being said, there's also a lot of things wrong with this movie, including a lot of unnecessary explanations for certain things we didn't need explanations to, like how Han got his blaster, how Han decided to call Chewbacca Chewie, the least necessary of all being how Han Solo got his name. Yeah, apparently just some Imperial officer just decided to give him the last name of Solo. Why couldn't that just be his last name? And my least favorite, and probably everybody else's least favorite part of the movie, was the SJW droid L75 3/4, whatever she's called. She's just a really annoying character. She's just the token sassy droid that apparently every Star Wars movie needs. And also for some reason, Lando wanted to fuck her. What the fuck? Anywho, picture and sound quality, of course, is really good. It's 4K. It only makes sense that it would. But as far as the bonus content goes, oh boy, this has to be some of the most awkward bonus content I've ever seen. So the first featurette is this 20-minute roundtable where the actors and the director are together just talking about, when they got cast and things like that. And you can tell the actors are a bit uncomfortable in this scenario because they're talking about how Ron Howard was such a great director and all that, which I'm not doubting, but it's like, they clearly have to pretend that Phil Lord and Chris Miller were not attached from the very beginning and were shooting for a few weeks till they got booted off. So they're like, yeah, Ron Howard, he's the one and only director for us. And then Ron Howard went and asked a few questions to certain actors like, hey, how do you think your characters met off screen? Which you could tell that was just Disney being like, yes, give us more ideas for prequel movies. So I don't know how many people out there are just so into this movie that they would want to buy it on Blu-ray or anything like that, considering how much hate and backlash it got. But, you know, for me, I liked the movie. I didn't get emotionally triggered by it or anything. Same thing with Last Jedi. I legitimately enjoyed that movie and I bought the Blu-ray the first day it came out. So of course I'm gonna buy it because I liked it. You know, it's Star Wars. You know, it's not the worst movie ever, it's not the greatest ever, but you know what? It worked. It was fine. Move on, people. So, those are my thoughts on Solo on Blu-ray. If you guys have picked up the Blu-ray, or if you think it's a good idea that they are not making any more spin-off movies at the moment, let me know down below, and we'll see you on the Brockopp.